Hey, how you doing? Well, today I'm going to paint this skateboard, and I'm going to start by using an inkjet printer to put a transfer on the bottom. Now, I saw Steve Ramsey do this a few weeks ago. That's just really cool, and I thought, man, that's something I could use. So my kids are big skaters, and Walt had this blank line around. So the first step was to sand and remove the finish, the existing finish, because the ink needs something to absorb into, and the bare wood is perfect for that. If you were to try to put the transfer right on top of the finish that comes on the board, the ink wouldn't dry and it would just smear off. I've already sanded the board, and I used 150 grit sandpaper in a palm sander. Now, the main area where the graphic or the transfer will go, I went through the finish to bare wood, and the rest of the board I just scuffed up a little bit, and that will make the paint stick better. Now, one of the really cool things about graphic art is you're generally building on something else. So if you think of Andy Warhol, he was working with Marilyn and maybe the Campbell soup cans. And if you're a skater, you've probably heard of Obey, the Obey company. Well, that image, that's Andre the Giant, who was a professional wrestler, and the artist, Shepard Fairey, basically just took a photograph, I think, of an advertisement in a magazine. So that's what I'm doing here. This is an oxygen mask. I would say this is probably World War II era, 1940s oxygen mask. And I found this box a couple of years ago, and since then I've made this shirt and a couple of other things, and that's what I'm going to use for the bottom of the skateboard. I've trimmed a little of the excess paper, and that'll make it easier to place the image on the skateboard. You only get one shot to place the image on the surface. So I have the image facing up right now, and the ink doesn't dry very fast, so you have plenty of time to work. And now I'm putting a few pieces of tape on the bottom of the skateboard as a reference, so when I go to place the image, it'll help me place it in the right spot. You can't drag the image around or you may smear the ink, so I'm trying to hold the paper in one spot and then just press down where the ink is and transfer the ink onto the skateboard. I let the image dry for a minute or two, and then I gave it 2 thin coats of clear. And the next step is to frame out the image, because I want a border between the image and the skateboard, because I'm going to paint the rest of the skateboard white. I'm using a tape, it's called Fine Line tape. You can find it on Amazon. It's made by 3M and it's for the automotive industry. Now I'm covering the image with painter's tape. I'll cut through the painter's tape with a razor blade, but try not to cut through the fine line tape. Okay, well, I've got a few coats of white paint on the board. I put another thin coat of clear. Now this is the fun part, taking off the tape. Well, that was a lot of fun, and Walt was just out here, and he loves the board, so that's great. And the only thing I need to do to it now is just a few more coats of clear, and it's ready to go. Now, for more information on just how to do the transfer, I'll put a link to Steve's video, because he covers every aspect of that. It's a really good video. Have fun with it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.